1. Two women were chatting. I have trouble getting my 13-years-old boy up in the morning. Sometimes it's almost impossible to wake him up. Oh, her friend said. I solved that a long time ago with my boy. When it's time to wake him up, I just toss the cat on his bed. How does that wake him up? The first woman asked. Because, her friend said. He sleeps with his dog. 2. The teacher was trying to teach simple subtraction. Now, Hugh, she said, if your father earned $180 a week and if they deducted $6 for insurance, $10 for Social Security, and $24 for taxes, and then he gave your mother half, what would she have? A heart attack, the kid said. 3. A boy was doing his homework and said to his father, Dad, can you help me with this problem? If a man earns $200 a week and his wife spends $210 for. Stop right there, son, the boy's father said. You'll have to ask your mother to help you with that. She's a specialist in that kind of arithmetic. 4. The class was taking its final examination on ancient history. The question was, name 2 ancient sports? The answers on one paper, Antony and Cleopatra. 5. George. The man's wife said at the breakfast table one morning, you will notice that I mended that hole in your pocket last night after you went to bed. Don't you think I'm a thoughtful and considerate wife? I sure do, her husband said, and I appreciate it. But tell me one thing. How did you discover that I had a hole in my pocket? 6. Always accentuate the positive, shouted the speaker. Eliminate the negative. Use the word as instead of the word not. One woman who attended his lecture said to her friend, he's right. I'm going to quit making negative statements. I'm going to speak positively from now on. Like what? Her friend asked. Like I used to say that my husband was not fit to live with the hogs. Now I am going to say he is fit to live with them. 7. A woman's manuscript had been returned from the publisher with the usual rejection slip. She was so irate that she called the publisher on the phone. You publisher are all alike. You didn't even read my manuscript. You promised to read it if I sent it to you, but you didn't read it. I know, because I pasted the edge of all the pages from 150 to 160 together. And they came back that way. You didn't treat me right. How can you make a judgment without reading the manuscript? After some effort, the publisher managed to interrupt her to say, Look, lady, a manuscript is like a soft-boiled egg. When I open one at breakfast, I don't need to eat the whole egg to know that it's bad. 8. Since I bought that new sport car, a fellow said to a friend, I don't have to walk to the bank anymore to deposit my savings. That's right, his friend said. Now you drive, don't you? Not exactly, the first fellow said. I don't go to the bank anymore because I don't have any savings to deposit. 9. A woman was shopping in the toy department for a birthday present for her little girl. The saleswoman had suggested a doll. This is one of the loveliest dolls we have. Look, when you lay her down in her little crib, she closes her eyes and goes right to sleep. Just like a real live little girl. That's a pretty doll, all right, said the woman, but from what you say I'm sure you have never had a real live little girl.